I stood between Blue Mosque and Hagia Sophia. That's where I heard the azan for the first time. I'm thinking, wow, that is so beautiful. That is so peaceful. So the way Islam made me feel, I was like, this is the truth. Nothing in my life has given me this feeling. I've tried so many things in my life to find contentment, to find happiness, and God has given me that with Islam. I didn't take Shahada in a formal way. I didn't do it in a mosque. I did it during COVID, during lockdown, in my living room. I cried the entire night.
Who is Aisha Rosalie? Can you tell us briefly about your background?
Who is Aisha Rosalie? Well, I grew up in the UK. I grew up in a very poor family. My dad's side of the family were what you call like traveller gypsies. We grew up in a council house. It's like very poor housing in the UK. I grew up very tough. We were very poor. It wasn't until later in my life when I started looking into being an actress that I started actually like learning how to talk properly and learning how to present myself. And now I'm Muslim, alhamdulillah, and that's the highlight of my life.
How is your life in regards to faith? Did you have any faith before?
No. I say no because I wasn't religious. I didn't have a religion, but I had faith. In difficult moments, I would find myself talking to God. I didn't know what God was, who God is, but I would, if I was in a difficult scenario, I would be like, God, can you please help me? I probably wouldn't use the word God, but yeah, I believed in a higher power, but I never really properly thought about it. I never told anyone that I believed. I was one of those people.
What happened between those two moments, that hearing the adhan for the first time, taking the shahada?
My first experience inside Blue Mosque. After that, I went back to the hostel and I started reading the Quran. There was an English translation inside my hostel. So I picked that up and I started reading. And I read probably around 5 pages of Surah Baqarah. I was just reading. And I remember I took pictures on my phone of any ayats I found interesting. And after that, I just kept learning. I kept reading the Quran. I had no intention to become Muslim, but I kept doing these things just because I was interested. Something sparked my interest. I wanted to know what was going on. I come back to UK. I carried on learning. As soon as I come back to UK, lockdown happened. Within the week that I came back, which subhanallah, was completely Allah's plan, because if that hadn't have happened, what easily would have happened is I would have come back to UK, I would have gone back onto a film set, and that's it. You know, when you're working in film, it's like you go in the morning, you go, in the evening you come back, you have no life. But subhanallah, lockdown happened, and lockdown forced me in my house with my phone, with my computer, with my books, and I read. And I just read, I learned, I watched lectures. I did it all at home. I didn't know any Muslims. I was by myself the entire journey. And the way Islam made me feel, I was like, this is the truth. Nothing in my life has given me this feeling. And because of that feeling, that's when I started taking it seriously, and I started going, this is from God. Because